My poem is entitled God is a White Northern European. The Chinaman is an untamable beast, a barbarous threat from the Far East. Red man is standing on land we rob. Brown man is a threat to our job. Black man hanging limp from a tree. God bless America, we're free. To spread from sea to shining sea unfolds our manifest destiny. Our God approves of genocide. Don't count the dead or shorten your stride. Westward ho, our destiny lies. We don't think twice or apologize. The heathens we must civilize. Our goal in sight. We take the prize. In this poem, I have chosen an assumed persona to express a point of view regarding the doctrine of manifest destiny. Line 6 refers to white men coming to California seeking gold in 1849 who believed it was their God-given right to take what they could from the new territory. They were entitled. Having thrown off the imperial yoke of English rule, they now assumed the mantle of oppression. White men assumed a feudal attitude that all wealth and land belonged to them as a natural right. They rationalized that they were chosen by divine authority to rule America from coast to coast. As many more white settlers immigrated after the gold rush, they also brought with them a sense of entitlement. Chapter 1 in Racial Fault Lines by Thomas Almaguer is entitled, We Desire Only a White Population in California. As my poem describes in lines 1 through 5, white men viewed Chinese, Mexican, Indian, and black men as a threat or an impediment to their success. Lines 7 and 8 describe how they believed it was God's plan to take the West. Lines 9 and 10 show how they felt justified in their pogrom. Line 13 reveals how they felt it was their duty to bring civilization to people of color. This was simply a rationalization, while they murderously just took what they wanted. This is emphasized in the final line of the poem, We take the prize. People of color were ostracized from the nascent social structures that were developing in early California. People of color could not vote, become citizens, hold land, or testify against a white man in court. People of color were used as cheap labor to turn a profit for the railroad capitalists, but were discarded as soon as they were no longer useful. Mexicans were held just below white people in status. Blacks were not wanted at all, as they were seen as a threat to free white labor. Chinese were seen as too alien, too different to ever assimilate. The Indians were regarded as obstacles standing in the way of Yankee progress. The introduction of Racial Fault Line states, the California Indians endured unrelenting vilification as uncivilized savages and were subjected to violent decimation and ruthless segregation at the extreme margins of European American society. Almaguer, page 4. I believe that genocide was the end result of the manifest destiny doctrine as it pertained to Native Americans. Genocide is defined in my dictionary as the deliberate and systematic extermination of a national, racial, political, or cultural group. From 1850, when the population of Indians was estimated to be about 100,000, by way of murder, mass murders by government agents, including the Army, disease, starvation et al., to 1900, there remained only about 17,000 Indians in California. Indian lands were confiscated and given to white men and capitalist corporations to be bought and sold. Indians were relegated to small reservations. They could not live as they used to for so many thousands of years before the advent of Europeans. Manifest destiny exists today as a social mindset, a collective given. It's the way things are. White supremacy is not a marginal movement on the fringes of America. It is woven within the fabric of America. We must not think it is in the past, it is history. The deck is stacked against people of color, and the struggle for equality is happening now, today.